We're going to go over the distance of the median of a triangle. Okay? So this is kind of combining what you guys learned in lesson 2.1 and 2.2. So we have a triangle here. They've given us its coordinates and we have a graph. So we're going to plot all A, B, and C, and then just like in kindergarten, we're going to connect the dots to create a triangle. Okay. So first point is at 2, -2. Second point is at 7, +8. And the third point is at -8 and -6. So, this is an odd looking triangle. Spans quite a bit of distance of this graph. And what we need to also do is label each of the points. This was point A, B, and C. So, the question says to find the median of C, and really what they want us to do is find the distance of this median. To find the median of C, what do I need to do? Anyone remember?
X2 plus X1 over...
What is that solving? We're looking for the midpoint of the line opposite of C. So which line is opposite of C? AB. And then we need to find the midpoint of that line to finally create a median in this triangle. So, because we know we're dealing with points A and B, I'm going to highlight those 2 points. So point A and point B is what we're going to use. And we're going to need our midpoint formula from yesterday. Okay? So we'll use that midpoint formula. If you guys remember, it was XM, YM is equal to X2 plus X1 divided by 2, and comma Y2 plus Y1 divided by 2. So, we'll label each of these points. We'll call it AR1 and BR2. And I'm going to write them below just so it's easy to see. A was again at 2, -2. And B was at 7 and 8. So if A is 1, we'll call this X1, Y1. This will become our X2, Y2. We're going to plug it into our equation. X2 is 7. X1 is 2. Needs to be divided by 2. And over here we have Y2 as 8 and Y1 as -2. So plus -2 will be divided by 2. We then equate this. This becomes 9 over 2. And this becomes 6 over 2. Which is, we can leave this in fraction form. It's completely up to you guys. Or you can put it in a decimal. In this case, this would be 4.5 and 3. Okay. So the coordinate or the midpoint of AB is at 4.5 and 3. Which looks about right. Okay. So that's the midpoint. Now we know the median goes from the opposite corner to the midpoint. So this is our median. But this question originally asked us what?
Find the length.
Find the length. Yeah, we need to find the length of this median. So, do I have enough information to do that right now? To find the length of this? What points do I need? C and M. Good. What is C?
-8,
And what was M?
4.5.
3. Good. Okay. So we have those. We're going to plug those into our distance formula. Okay. So we'll put a little line to separate this question here. We're now going to work with distance. Our distance formula, who knows it?
D. X2 subtract
X2 subtract
X1 plus Y2 subtract Y1.
Close.
Not the square.
What goes in between them?
plus.
Positive.
For X2, that's plus square root X opposite bracket.
Okay, good. Okay, so we have those. And we need to write down our coordinates. Well, one of the coordinates was M. M was at 4.5 and 3. That was our midpoint. I'll call that coordinate 1, so that becomes our x1. Okay, I'll call it coordinate 2 since I wrote it 2. x2, y2. And C had the value of, I have to go back up to see this, -8, -6. So we're going to call this 1 instead, because I already wrote 2's on the other one. So this will be x1 and y1. So we're going to plug this into our distance formula. D is equal to the square root of x2 in this case is 4.5. Subtract x1 in this case is -8. So we're subtracting -8. Okay? That would become squared. Plus y2 is 3. And y1 is subtracting -6. Always make sure you guys realize that it's two negative operations beside each other. Okay? This then becomes, what is 4.5 subtract -8?
12.5.
Good. 12.5, that's right, and it's still squared. And 3 subtract -6? 9, and that's still squared. All right, who's got a calculator? 12.5 squared.
It's going to be 140.
156.25.
156. Good job. What's 9 squared?
81.
Good. I then need to root these values. What are these values together?
Wait, let me check it out. Nobody say anything. All right, they're 237.25.
237.25. Excellent. And finally, what is the square root of 237.25?
15.40.
Amazing. 15.4. So, our final answer, thanks to Bradley, 15.4. Now, I didn't give a measurement style, so you could say it would be 15.4 and just say units. We don't know what this unit is being measured in. For all we know, this is kilometers or it's millimeters, which could be very different. So you would kind of end this with 15.4 units long is the median of this triangle. Okay, so this is kind of combining what we did yesterday with today.